Alright, I'm back for another video, and this is going to be a PSP related video for once. And this is a question to you guys as what you think is the PSP scene dead? I know a lot of you say no, but I'm starting to think so. Because, I mean, look at the news from our 4.0 just came out, what, like 2 days ago or so? And you'd think, it's like 4.0, wow, it's a big update. So I've been looking it up, and all it has is internet search options on our network and video playback using the up and down buttons. That's nothing. That should be like 4.01. That's not a big update at all. And for reaching a milestone such as 4.0, you'd think that Sony would get some really nice features. But I don't know. So what does that have to do with hacking? Well, Dark Alex or M33, same thing, whatever, is going to develop this custom firmware, but there's not going to be that many new features to it. I mean, and there hasn't really been any homebrew apps besides like just some games. There hasn't been many actual like useful applications for it. It's just like, because we hacked the UMD completely, you just rip it and upload it, you download the ISO. I'm not going to say where, but that's UMD games. Homebrew games, it's pretty much the only thing that's coming out is just homebrew releases. There's nothing really major. I mean, there's no more downgraders because we just use Pandora, and that's all we had to worry about. Back in the days of like 2.5 and 3.0, you had to wait a few weeks, month, and then you would have a downgrader, and you'd be like, oh, thank God, yes. And then you could try the latest firmware. But now all you have to do is wait a day and a half for DAX to hack it, and there you go. So here we go to psphacks.com. See here, I'll show you here. I'm at psphacks.com. I know you won't be able to see it very well, but we'll try it. And so, let's see. 4.0 decrypted, whatever. That means in like a day we'll have 4.0 M33. Some crazy Japanese word, I don't know, it's a game. Homebrew release. 4.0 released. PSP tutorial, create seamless pause loops for e-boots. That's kind of new. I'll give this scene that. That's new. I haven't seen that. 4.0 coming soon. That's like a rumor, but you know it's true. PSP Write, just like a homebrew application. PSP VE, Vectrex emulator, homebrew release. So I mean, it just goes on and on. It's mostly just games. There's not going to be, I think the homebrew scene for PSP is starting to die. I know a lot of my friends have sold theirs because there's nothing to do with it. Because really, I mean, if you really think about it, if you compare like an iPod Touch or iPhone to the PSP, there's really not all that difference. The only thing that the PSP can do that the iPod can't is play UMD games. But even now with the SDK coming out for the iPod Touch, they have games coming out that use the accelerometer. So you'll be able to like play them like this and then tap. And like, if you can YouTube it, they're pretty good graphics. And the SDK is just getting started. And we're only on 2.0 with the iPod. Actually 1.2, but 2.0. I mean, so then, but if I've never had a PSP before, and I saw the PSP sitting there for 200, 170, and the iPod for 300, I'd definitely buy the iPod. The PSP, if you don't play games on it, it's just a really clunky MP3 player. And an iPod is what it's meant to do. It has more features. It has an overall better user interface. So I think most people are just going to go out and buy an iPod or some other PDA besides PSP unless they have to do portable gaming. But I don't really see that as a need for me. Like, I don't travel that much. But even if I'm on a bus to go somewhere, my music will suit me just fine. I don't need to play video games. I get car sick anyway. But yeah, that's just my opinions on the PSP scene. I think it's starting to die. And like, we've thought of pretty much anything you could do to hack it. So now it's just going to be people developing homebrew releases, maybe a new custom firmware from someone else here and there, but it'll never be as good as DAX. So yeah, that's my opinions on the PSP scene, the homebrew scene. So if you have any feedback or questions, leave me a comment, and please subscribe, and I'll see you next video.